Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. This is a webinar all about introducing you to this new mentoring program that we have between Innovate UK Business Connect and STEMazing. So we are running an exciting mentoring program for women and allies in the battery industries. And I will hand over to Neelam, who's going to do a little quick intro to set the scene. So Neelam, over to you.
Thanks, Alex. Hi, everyone. I'm Neela Muggle. So I co-lead some of our battery programs here at Innovate UK Business Connect, namely some of our community engagement activities for the Faraday Battery Challenge, which most of you will know about, and the Cross-Sector Battery Systems Innovation Network, which is home to battery end users in non-automotive markets. So why are we doing this right now? Well, as we're all aware, the world is undergoing a transition to a low carbon future. Transport is still one of the highest emitters within the UK, and batteries are obviously playing a crucial role, not just in the automotive sector, though, but in other applications across aerospace, rail, marine, off-highway, stationary, etc. So while we recognize that the battery supply chain is going to involve quite a lot of new research, new materials, etc., to make our supply chain more resilient, we also need a skilled workforce to be able to run current and future production lines and be able to research these new technologies. So while we're gearing up for announcements around industrial strategy, future programs, future funding, it's a really exciting time for us to be laying this groundwork and creating networking opportunities and skills development opportunities for you all. So I'm really excited to be able to launch this new mentoring program, specifically focused on building connections across that battery value chain. So hope that's a good enough intro from me, and here to answer any questions as well that might pop up. Thanks, Alex.
Thank you, Neelam. Thank you. That's brilliant. Right, I've got a few slides to share to give you an introduction to why mentoring is so important. And for those who haven't been involved in mentoring before, sort of, a general overview of what it is. And also to tell you how you can get involved as a mentee and a mentor and talk you through the training that we provide for mentors. Because it's important to say right at the start that this program is open to people who haven't been involved in mentoring before. So if you're new to mentoring, but you want to become a mentor, but you're looking for some support and training, maybe confidence building to become a mentor for the first time, then this is a brilliant program for you to take part in. But equally, if you've already had some mentoring experience, then hopefully the training will give you some more tools and tips and strategies that you can weave into your mentoring style and approach. So we hope there's something here for everyone, but we particularly want to emphasize how there is support for people who have not been a mentor before, because we want more people to get involved in mentoring and feel confident as mentors. And of course, that then has the ripple effect that it's a better experience for mentees because they've got a more effective mentor, and we can get the full benefits from mentoring. Now, I'm an engineer. I set up STEMazing 5 years ago with the mission to help inspiration and inclusion in STEM. And mentoring for me, I've been a mentor for many, many years, supported many other mentoring programs. And mentoring is a key part of what we do in STEMazing, specifically around diversity and inclusion to help people in marginalized groups get into our STEM sectors and stay in our STEM sectors and progress in our STEM sectors. And I know mentoring is so fundamental to that. So I, from my own experience, have created the STEMazing mentor training program. I myself have got a mentoring and coaching qualification with the CMI, as well as years and years of experience as well. And recently our STEMazing mentor program was certified by the CPD certification service. So you'll get a CPD certified certificate when you complete our training. All right, let me share my screen so I can talk you through some of the details. Okay, there we go. So why mentor? Why should you get involved in mentoring? And if you've already been a mentor or had a mentor, hopefully you will know some of these benefits already and hopefully have experienced those. But for me, I think mentoring is so valuable for everybody involved. It benefits the mentee, obviously. Here we've got some key stats showing how people recognize the importance of mentoring as a mentee. So 83% of Gen Zs want a mentor. But interestingly, in that same study, it showed that only about half of them know how to get a mentor. So you've got lots of people who recognize mentoring is important, but don't know how to get involved in it. So schemes like this are absolutely vital. We've got 79% of millennials seeing mentoring as crucial to their business success. So crucial to them having more success in their career. And I think that is so true as well. Like, you know, the stats here again showing that employees who have a mentor are 5 times as likely to get a promotion. That is absolutely key. And I've seen it time and time again. I've seen that success with mentees going for promotions before they thought they were ready even, and getting those promotions, you know, new job opportunities. Having a mentor helps so much with that, which is key in our STEM industries for retaining women and supporting women to progress into leadership roles. And then when we see this, the kind of issue that's common across a lot of STEM industries where women who are in the industry can drop out at certain stages in their career. And certainly in engineering, we see that drop in percentage of women in engineering around the 35 to 45 age group. But mentoring is shown, like a lot of companies know that mentoring improves employee retention because it improves satisfaction, you know, skills development, opportunities for progression, that feeling of belonging in your organization and in your industry. So there are so many benefits, and not just for the mentee, but for the mentor as well, for them to grow their skills, grow their leadership capacity, you know, grow their sense of belonging as well in the industry. So that's why I think it's so important, and obviously important for our businesses and our industry as a whole as well. So lots and lots of reasons why absolutely we should be getting more people involved in mentoring and more people benefiting from experiencing being part of a mentoring program as well. But I've always thought, you know, when I first started mentoring and got involved in other people's, other organizations' mentoring programs, and sort of had a mixed bag of experience with the support that you get as a mentor. I feel it's really, really important that we support mentors to be as effective as possible. And that's why I created this amazing mentor training, because I believe that just because you've got experience of being in business, you know, you've got life experience, doesn't automatically make you a great mentor. Okay, but it's a skill, just like anything else you can develop. So I always say, like, aim for your mentoring meetings to be more than just a nice chat over a coffee. And if they're more than that, if you're really helping your mentee accelerate their progress towards their goals, then that is how we get effective mentoring and maximize the benefits of all of those things that I showed on the previous slide. So, what is involved in our mentor training? So, this is really aimed at those who want to become a mentor here. And as a mentee, if you want to sign up as a mentee, then you'll benefit from having a mentor who's done this training. So, in our Stamazing mentor training, as I said at the beginning, whatever your starting point, we want you to build really strong foundations and enhance your mentoring toolbox so that you can excel as an effective mentor. Every mentee is different, so mentors need to learn to adapt their mentoring approach and style and sort of tools they bring out in that process, you know, based on what every mentee needs, and every mentee will be different. So that's why we provide sort of a range of different approaches and tools, and really that mindset, the mentor mindset that I talk about, that allows you to adapt your style depending on what your mentee needs. And we talk a lot about growth mindset in mentoring, which is helpful for the mentee in achieving their goals, but also very helpful for the mentor to reflect on their own mindset as well, and their own experience and skills. And we find it's a very validating process for mentors to get part, or to be a part of a mentoring program. really helps build your own confidence with the value and worth that you have to add in our industries. So as I said, it's a CPD certified training program designed to empower mentors, provides inspiration, insight, and tools. It's an online training program, so it's on demand. You can work through it at your own pace. It's full of bite-size sort of mini masterclasses, these video tutorials with linked resources and worksheets that you can download and tweak to your own liking and use as you want, really. We encourage in every step in the online training program that you pause for self-reflection, record your self-reflection, and think about how you'll be integrating the learning from that bite-sized video into your mentoring approach going forward. But on top of that, online mentoring training within the online program that's on our Amazing website, we also have live monthly mentor circles, which is an opportunity for mentors to come together as a cohort and share your experience. We keep it anonymous about the mentees, but just really to bring your own personal experience to the group, share any sort of anonymized challenges you're having, share the wins that you're having with your mentee, and get that peer support to learn from each other. Again, we find this is so helpful for mentors to feel they're not in this alone. We're working through this together. And then at the end of the program, you'll get your CPD certified certificate for completing the training. And so we have this approach where we think it's not just about the training, it's not just about the live webinar sort of group coaching, it's about all of that coming together to build your toolbox as a really effective mentor. So we have these three pillars that we reinforce throughout the training. And if you want to know at this stage kind of a bit more detail what is in the training, this is a busy slide, but you'll be able to look back over this. We can send out the PDF of the slides with the recording that we send you afterwards. So we've got these three stages that you'll go through. Each of the steps within a stage is a video tutorial with an accompanying resource a lot of the time. And as I said, you do a self-reflection after each one. At the end of each stage, each of those three stages, there's an online multi-choice assessment that you have to pass to show you've kind of absorbed key points from the training before you can move on to the next stage. And overall, we say that the whole online training is about 6 to 8 hours of your time as a mentor going through this. So that's what you would do up front in the mentoring program. And I'll tell you about the dates in a minute. And on top of that is the mentor circles. So that 6 to 8 hours is for the online training to go through those on-demand videos and do your self-reflection and assessment. And then the mentor circles, like I said, are these really lovely live online spaces, opportunities for us to come together as mentors in the group just on this program alone. So it'll be very focused on just this batteries program. And they're about 50 minutes to an hour long, the live circles, depending on how in depth we get into conversation. We don't record them. So if you can't come along to one of them, you'll miss that, although I tend to send out notes about it afterwards. But we don't want people to feel that them being vulnerable about saying, I don't know what to do in this situation, or I'm a bit confused, or I need help. We don't want people to feel that recorded, session will be shared outside of the group or risk getting anywhere that we don't want it to get to. So we don't record these mentor circles to keep it as a really lovely, safe space. But they're always fantastic for working with other mentors and getting that peer support and kind of feeling like, as I said, you're not alone on this journey, because it is a journey of development for everyone involved. And we really want to make you feel that you are supported every step of the way. So timescales wise, it's open now to apply. So if you want to be a mentee, so if you want to be matched with a mentor, so if you want to be a mentee, it's open to women and non-binary people who are in battery industries. Okay, so that's critical. You've got to be working or studying in subject related to batteries. And that's open now. You can apply, follow the QR code or go to our website and you'll see the button to click, I want to apply as a mentee. For mentors, it's open to any gender. So any gender can become a mentor for a woman or non-binary person in the battery industries. And the application deadline, so applications will close on the 23rd of June, midnight on the 23rd of June. There are only a limited number of places on this program. So, make sure that when you're putting your application form in, you give us a really good justification for why you want to be a part of it, how you're going to benefit from it, and kind of why you're passionate about being part of this. And you will let mentors know at the end of June whether they have been selected to take part, and mentees will be notified whether they've been selected in July. For mentors, the training begins in July, so mid-July. We'll send out the dates for that once you've been selected. And then the mentoring itself starts in September. So beginning of September and runs through until March. That's when the mentoring takes place. So for mentees, the experience will start in September. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share in terms of information about it. I wanted to leave plenty of time for any questions at all. So if anyone has got any questions, feel free to put them in the chat or voice up at all. I should say the time commitment we expect from mentees and mentors is 2 hours a month for the mentoring program. So as a mentee, you'll have a minimum of 1 hour actual face-to-face contact time with your mentor, but we expect you to commit time to progressing the actions that you agree you're going to do in the mentoring meeting. So we say at least 2 hours a month for the mentee, and the same for the mentor, because once we get into the mentoring part, from September, you'll be having at least a 1 hour meeting with your mentee, and you'll be attending a 1 hour mentor circle for your ongoing support. And before that, the mentors have also got that additional effort of doing the online training as well, which I said was about 6 to 8 hours in total. But you don't have to completely finish the mentor training before you start the mentoring. That can be going on in parallel with that. Les, thank you for a question. Do you want to let me stop sharing my screen and we'll open up the floor to questions. Les, feel free.
Hi, Ali. Yes, thank you. If you're an experienced mentor already, do you go through the training program?
We encourage everyone to, yes, absolutely. So you'll have access to that, and you might get through it at a much quicker pace, I would suggest.
Okay.
Very
Yeah,
experienced
maybe.
mentor. Yeah, but we very much encourage you to do that as well.
Fine. Okay, thank you.
I think, Les, just to add to that, from previous programs that we ran along with Alex, people found the mentor circles really valuable, which is something you
Yeah.
don't really get typically with other mentoring programs. So if you ever do find yourself stumped with, whatever your mentee needs support with, those kind of circles will really help.
No, I agree. Yes, I run mentoring circles peer to peer.
Perfect.
And so I know the strength and the ability to calibrate as well, because some people have different levels of experience, so you can help each other. So that's very useful. Thank you.
Brilliant. Yeah, absolutely. And we really value mentors sharing their perspective, their experience, their knowledge with other mentors as well, and all learning from each other, because there's no one size fits all answer to mentoring. I think it's great to get different perspectives. I don't have all the answers, so I'm learning as well from other mentors in the program, which is great.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions at all? I can see Taz didn't put in the chat, are you open to mentors being research focused, senior academics? And Neelam's already replied to that, saying for this program, we are focusing on those working in industry at the moment. Okay, any other questions at all?
Is it one mentor, one mentee?
Yes.
Okay, super.
Yeah, for this program, we're matching up a single mentor to a single mentee, yes. Ed has asked in the chat, will the program focus on mentoring in technical areas or all potential areas of the industry? So what we will, if a mentee is looking for a specific mentor with specific technical experience, we will absolutely try and match them up with somebody who is in that area that they want to progress into or develop more in. However, we absolutely see mentoring as a developmental mentoring opportunity for mentors to grow their confidence, other transferable skills as well as their networking and awareness of industry opportunities. So it's not just about mentoring to grow technical skills, it's much broader than that. I can see Laura has got her hand up for a question. Hi, Laura.
Yeah, hi. Is it possible to apply for both mentee and mentor?
You can, yes. We actually have had on previous programs where a mentee has also been a mentor for somebody who is less experienced than them and
Yeah.
had lots of benefits as a mentor for them as well, but also wanted to have a mentor themselves. I would say it depends on the number of people we get applying for this, that we can't guarantee that you would get both. But if you want to apply for both, go for it. But just to set expectations, you might not get both. I'd say it's quite unusual.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
Les, do you have another question?
Yeah. Who does the matching, and is there a chemistry call to start with to see that you do match up nicely?
For this so the matching is done by STEMazing and Innovate UK Business Connect. So we work together to do the matching. If necessary, if we thought it was needed, we would do a chemistry call, however, or we would set up that chemistry call. However, we don't have a lot of time to get things up and running. So we're going to do the matching based on what we feel is the best match. And then those mentors and mentees that are matched will have an introductory call, and we assume that that is going to be their mentor-mentee match. However, if there's anything that is a problem or issue for you, then absolutely you either side can flag that and we can relook at that person's match. But yeah, we're not time-wise, we haven't included sort of that initial chemistry call or time for rejigging things across the whole program, because we're quite short on time for this. We want to get aware that the summer holidays are in the just before they start as well.
Okay, last question from me then. Is it voluntary for mentors?
Yes, yes. It's not a paid job, if that's what you mean.
Yes, that's exactly what I meant. Thank you.
Thank you for all your questions coming in. I can see another question from Andrew. Do mentors need to sit in engineering or technical roles, or other business functions encouraged to apply? Similarly for mentees. That's a great question. Well done. Neelam, do you want to answer that one?
Sorry, I was just answering the other ones. No, you don't need to sit in an engineering and technical role. It's more that your company is involved in that battery value chain at some point. So yeah, it can be quite R&D heavy, but if it's not a criteria for the program. It's more that you understand the unique challenges and opportunities that are currently happening within the UK battery sector.
We ran a program for women and allies in the foundation industries just fairly recently. That one ran, and we had a whole mixed bag of mentors and mentees, a lot in technical roles, but some not in technical roles, in project management or business development, for example. And it just brings that richness to the program. So we absolutely encourage people. You don't have to sit in an engineering or technical role. And some people, for example, some mentees are in technical roles, but are looking for someone to help them grow their wider skill set around business development, things like that, leadership. So actually, you don't have to have exactly the same skills as your mentee. Actually, having different skills and experience is really valuable. Amazing. Thank you for all your brilliant questions. Any other questions at all? Well, we'll be sending out a copy of this recording and the slide deck that I shared, and the links to register straight after this call. There's one more question coming through. Yes, that's perfect. Thank you, Neelam, for putting that. So if you have any other questions though that you haven't managed to think of on the call, please reach out to us. You're welcome to contact us at Stamazing. Our info account is info@stamazing.co.uk. So if you could drop that in the chat for people, that'd be great if you've got any further questions. But there's more information on the website link that we'll send out. And hopefully lots of you apply and are looking forward to benefiting from being part of such a brilliant mentor program. I think these structured mentor programs are such a brilliant gift. So absolutely, make the most of it, apply to be part of it. And if you get selected, then absolutely make the time and the commitment to benefit from it and maximize that benefit as much as possible. I've seen the benefits at countless times now for mentors and mentees. And we just need more programs like this out there, certainly around supporting gender diversity and inclusion, and for other people in marginalized groups. It makes such a big difference. So thank you all for joining. We appreciate you giving up your time to come and hear about this, and hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Any final thoughts from you, Neelam?
Yeah, just to say, I missed out in my introduction is that we did actually hold a focus group with people working in the battery sector back in March for International Women's Day to kind of ask what kind of interventions people would like to see coming from Innovate UK, and this was one of the top ones, sort of mentoring and coaching. So I really hope that as many of you as possible can try and benefit from this and show that there's, your voices are being heard, and hopefully allow us to be able to develop more programs to suit your needs.
Fantastic. Thank you, Neelam. That's great. All right. Thanks, everybody. Great to see you. And hopefully we'll see you very soon. Take care. Bye.
Bye.